Ever thought about Earth spinning? It's happening right now, fast. At the equator, that's over 1,000 miles an hour. We don't notice because everything, air, oceans, you, moves with it. But what if in an instant Earth just stopped? Like a DJ slamming the brakes on a record, but the record is our world. Inertia would take over. Everything not anchored to the core, people, trees, buildings, would keep moving at that speed. Imagine standing still, then suddenly being hurled eastward at supersonic speed. It wouldn't be a gentle push, it'd be a catastrophic, planet-wide jolt. The ground stops, but you don't. Nothing is safe. The result? A global wipeout in seconds. The air, oceans, and everything on the surface would become projectiles. It's not just a disaster, it's the ultimate disaster. The world as we know it would be unrecognizable in an instant. The sheer violence would be beyond anything we've ever seen. No warning, no time to react. Just a sudden, unstoppable force. The laws of physics would take over and chaos would reign. This is what happens when the music, the spin, suddenly dies. And that's just the beginning. Now everything not anchored deep in bedrock is airborne. People, animals, cars, houses turned into supersonic missiles. The planet becomes a blender, but the ingredients are us. Cities, obliterated in moments. Skyscrapers snap, debris joins the eastward storm. Bridges, roads, ripped apart and flung. Imagine the worst earthquake, tornado and bomb. All at once, everywhere. The destruction is total. Friction from all this debris scraping the surface generates immense heat. The ground is scoured down to bare rock. A global dust storm rises, choking the air with pulverized remains. Even the crust could crack, triggering massive earthquakes. Dormant volcanoes might awaken. First the world is flung, then it's ground and burned. The planet shakes and erupts. It's a disaster with layers, impact, heat, quakes, eruptions. The forces unleashed are astronomical. Nothing escapes the chaos. The world is transformed in minutes. Survival? Not likely. This is destruction on a scale we can barely imagine, and it's only getting worse. What about the oceans? They're fluid, so when Earth stops, they keep going. Imagine every ocean surging eastward in a mega tsunami, entire depths moving at over 1,000 miles per hour. Continents are washed clean, mountains barely poke above the waves. Coastlines erased, new seas form inland. The world map? Unrecognizable. The atmosphere, also a fluid, races eastward too. Winds at supersonic speeds strip soil, flatten anything left. Friction heats the air, making it hot and unbreathable. The sky fills with dust and vapor. Sunlight barely reaches the ground. The planet is battered by debris, drowned by oceans, and sandblasted by wind. The air is thick, chaotic, and deadly. No place is safe from the onslaught. The environment becomes a swirling, violent mess. Daylight disappears in the haze. The world is left in darkness and destruction. Survival is nearly impossible. The chaos is relentless, and the transformation is total. Earth isn't a perfect sphere. It bulges at the equator because of its spin. If the spin stops, gravity pulls the bulge toward the poles. Water rushes to the poles, forming two massive polar oceans. A supercontinent forms around the equator. Coastal cities, either deep underwater or far inland. Days and nights get weird. One side faces the sun for 6 months, the other in darkness. Half a year of scorching heat, then half a year of freezing cold. The temperature difference creates permanent violent storms along the twilight line. The planet's geography and climate are unrecognizable. Life would have to adapt or perish. Could anything survive? For most life, the answer is no. The momentum shift, tsunamis and winds mean extinction for nearly everything. Maybe a few humans in deep bunkers could survive, but they'd emerge to a world of extremes. One side scorched, the other frozen, with storms in between. Plants and animals would struggle with 6-month days and nights. Food chains collapse, survival is desperate. But don't worry, Earth can't just stop spinning. Its momentum is immense and nothing can halt it. Our days and nights are safe and the oceans will stay put. But it's wild to imagine, makes you appreciate our spinning world.